Well, good morning, Lufkin Central and Online Worship Community. Jason Hollinger, the preaching and community minister here. And for our time in Jesus and Coffee this morning, we're going to be in First Timothy chapter 3. Now, as we usually do, we read a little, issue a challenge, and send you on your way. And hey, that's what we're going to do today. In First Timothy chapter 3. This section is about the qualifications of church leaders. And we'll kind of get into even more of what kind of just my thoughts about this, of how I think this is something that goes even beyond church leaders. There, I said it. Kind of give you a heads up, right? Check this out. We hear the word of the Lord, First Timothy chapter 3. This saying is trustworthy. If anyone aspires to be an overseer, he desires a noble work. An overseer, therefore, must be above reproach, the husband of one wife, self-controlled, sensible, respectable, hospitable, an able teacher, not addicted to wine, not a bully, but gentle, not quarrelsome, not greedy, one who manages his own household competently, having his children under his control with all dignity. If anyone does not know how to manage his own household, how will he take care of God's church? Good question. He must not be a new convert, or he might become conceited and fall into the condemnation of the devil. Furthermore, he must have a good reputation among outsiders, so that he does not fall into disgrace and the devil's trap. Deacons, likewise, should be worthy of respect, not hypocritical, not drinking a lot of wine, not greedy for money, holding the mystery of the faith with a clear conscience. And they must also be tested first. If they prove blameless, then they can serve as deacons. Wives, too, must be worthy of respect, not slanderers, self-controlled, faithful in everything. Deacons must be husbands of one wife, managing their children and their own households competently. For those who have served well as deacons acquire a good standing for themselves, a great boldness in the faith that is in Christ Jesus. And so you may kind of wonder, okay, well, what is to be accomplished in this, and why, Jason, did you say that this that you believe this has more to do with just overseers, deacons, church leaders? He says this, and this is Paul. This is a letter of the Apostle Paul. He says, "I write these things to you, hoping to come to you soon. But if I should be delayed, I have written you so that you will know how people ought to act in God's household, which is the church of the living God, the pillar and foundation of the truth. And most certainly, the mystery of godliness is great. He was manifested in the flesh, vindicated in the spirit, seen by angels, preached among the nations, believed on in the world, and taken up in glory." We have this because there are certain ways that God's people, yes, are to act, are to conduct themselves in what they do and how they do things. Because one way is, or one way of understanding this is, we all of us observe and kind of ask these questions. Some may do more observing and some may ask more questions before we launch into partnering or involving ourselves with something. A lot of times we go online and we check the reviews of products, or we ask somebody else, "Hey, do you I know you have this. What do you think about it?" before you go to purchasing, because you want to know something about it. And one way for those in this world to learn about the church is to see those that are considered leaders in the church, but also to see Christians at large, Christians in general. If they look and they say, "Well, they don't act any different than I do. Why do I need to join this church?" to have something different about me. They're just like I am. They're doing the exact same things I do. Nothing is different about them. So maybe I could just make this choice on my own, right? And make all these changes and do something my own way. Because you see, the way we live and conduct ourselves as Christians, it serves as an advertisement, whether good or bad. It serves as an indicator of what the church is and what the church is about and why we do what we do. If we are not doing things with dignity, if we are not doing things with class, with respect, that goes noticed. That doesn't go unnoticed. It goes noticed. People see that. And so our reputation speaks volumes. So here's my challenge to you today. How are you going to go about representing the church, representing God's household, and representing God? What are the ways that you can be a good representation of what it means to be a Christian? I want you to look for those ways. I want you to look for those opportunities. And one of the things that you'll understand is it will naturally come. Things will naturally come to you. Things will naturally flow out of you when this is who you are. Because listen, how people see the church, the pillar and the foundation of the truth, how they see the church matters. We are seed planters. We are harvesters in the midst of a harvest field. Let's do right by the field. Let's serve it. Let's respect it with all dignity and all class and total conviction of a belief in why we do what we do. Looking forward to it. Can't wait to hear how it goes. Y'all have a great day. God bless.